Come on. What the fuck just happened? Now, there's a lot of questions. Are we the answers? No. Um, but we are here to judge what happened in this episode. Now, I'm very quickly going to roll through what happened in this episode before we get to Ash, because Ash is dying.
Bursting at the seams.
He's bursting at the seams. He's been hit with a snowplow. We're going to see what his thoughts are, but very quickly. Obviously, the post-nut clarity that is the secret being revealed. George ushers everyone out of the Queen Vic. We then get a visual where it's all the Beales and all the knights in around the Queen Vic, and basically George loses it at George. George loses it at Junior, I should say. He basically orders him to leave. He's like, "Why would you sleep with my wife?" And Elaine's like, "We're just married. My wife, you prick." And obviously she slaps him because that's a bit fucked. Why would you say my wife?
Yeah, like George saying Cindy's my wife. Like, sorry, George, you just married Elaine.
And also, that seems like what Sean Connery would say if he was alive. If he had another wife, she's my wife. So yeah, he then goes upstairs. Kojo is like, "I told a lie," and George is like, "Kojo, it's all right. We all tell lies sometimes." And then basically to continue,
they've just revealed a fucking a New Year's. They've revealed the trailer for Suki and E's wedding as well. It's 15 seconds.
Yeah, we'll fucking get to that afterwards, okay?
Yeah, just having it known.
And obviously the rest of this is downstairs. Ian takes the recording into the the Knight's kitchen. I should take off these glasses. I have to be serious. He basically brings the laptop into the kitchen. He plays the rest of the tape with Kathy standing guard, and then Cindy just fucking. You know, like when you wind your dad up or your ma up too much, and then they just turn around going, "Yeah, you're a fucking loser. You know that. You'll amount to nothing in life. You're a fucking loser. You're a pathetic one that I should have swallowed." And you're like, I just told you your lasagna was shit. What are you saying this for? But yeah, she just snaps at everyone. She just
fully. She burns all the bridges with literally everyone possible. Like, yeah, and Ginny, you're shit. Oh, you got mummy issues. Mummy's gonna leave again. Yeah, she's gonna leave because you guys fucking suck. You're all losers. Junior, you got daddy issues. Grow up. Couldn't even satisfy with me, bitch. George, you're still besotted with me. Grow the fuck up, George. Elaine, you're gonna die soon. Fucking cow. Lauren, fuck you, prick. Peter, grow up, legend. Fuck you. Ian, I love you. Please be with me. Ian goes, nah, lol. Nah, lol.
So yeah, she basically just snaps at everyone, and very quickly to run through the rest of it, because about the next 10 minutes we'll be talking about the big climatic ending.
Yes.
Basically, they go back to Ian's place, to Cindy and Ian. Like, Kathy is literally standing guard at this fucking place. She is like, "You're not going upstairs," and Cindy's like, Don't you start with me, you old cow. I will fucking put you through that table and you'll be in another coffin like you were 16 years ago. I think she genuinely
said, "I will rip your throat out."
You will be going back to Hollyoaks and you don't want that, do you? Imagine she said that. I know it wouldn't happen. And then she goes upstairs and she tries and nearly convinces Ian that all is going to be pretty, that they go to France. Ian goes to kiss her, but Ian snaps at the last second. He snaps out of it. He realises how much of a cow she is, how much of a slag she is, as I would say. And she just leaves. Ian grabs her, brings her down the stairs, throws her out on her face, right under the ground, and then throws her suitcase right beside her. I wish he threw the suitcase at her. It would have been funnier. Like, that's how she got killed. And anyway, so we see her walking through the square. We see Gina leave, it's Gina. We see Gina leave the pub. We see Junior leave the pub. We see George in the boxing den. We see Ian also leave the house after he's wrecked his house. And that's all we see. And we don't see Lauren. We don't see Anna. We don't see Kojo. And we don't see Peter. And
no, Peter's drinking in Beale's Eels.
Oh, he's drinking in Beale's Eels. I couldn't recognise him, to be honest. And basically, she goes to get a tube, but obviously...
Yeah, I can recognise him with his fucking clothes on.
And obviously...
keep going.
And obviously, she goes to get a tube, but I don't want to say she's a stupid bitch, but the tubes are not working on Christmas Day. What do you expect, love?
Especially not on Christmas night.
Yeah. And she basically goes to call a cab for the square, I assume get an Uber or whatever the EastEnders equivalent is. And she's in the square, and to mimic Pauline, kind of, she is about to sit down, and wouldn't you know
Under the Christmas tree.
Under the Christmas tree, someone comes with a snow shovel and just fucking dinks her in the head. It is
Absolutely donks
beautiful.
fuck out of her, man. It was a beautiful, as one of our chatters said, it was a fucking beautiful donk.
Michael Sharp.
Yeah, Michael Sharp says, great sounding donk. It sounded fierce, sounded fucking lethal. And with that said, Cindy Beale knocked to the ground, head injury in the fucking cold ass snow. Now we need to pose the question: first, does she die? And second, is this another whodunit after we've just gotten through the end of the current whodunit?
Not even done the.
So,
the
is she dead?
I'll just put the camera on the two of us. Why not? For the next 10 minutes. Is she dead? Yeah. I couldn't tell you at this moment. If they're making us think she's dead, they're doing a good job. But again, I compared it earlier, and I might have made it into the reactions that'll be uploaded either tomorrow or Friday, and then the other reactions uploaded on Saturday. I've said it'll be like if you asked Patsy Clement, the person who played Pat Butler, being like, "We're going to bring you back."
Oh, what? No, Pam St. Clement. There we
are. Yeah, Pam St. Clement. It'd be like if you rang Pam St. Clement and went, "We're going to bring you back. It's going to be great." And then, like a year into the run, they're like, "Yeah, our word we said about that. You're going to die, actually. Like, do you bring Cindy back just to kill her again?" Because to me, it's a. I don't want to sound like one of these stands of Roxy and Ronnie, but to me, if you're pulling out the dead card, the undo card from Uno, like undo it, you could have literally done it on Roxy and Ronnie. But that doesn't take away from it. I'm just saying, why was she at the top of the list just to kill her off? You did a great job.
Yeah, that's the weird bit. Like, first, if she is dead, she might not be dead, but I don't know. It's kind of like, it's not even one of those things that I'm not upset because it wasn't how I expected.
No, me either.
Because I didn't really have that many expectations for this episode, for how it did that any of that come through?
No, go through it again.
No. I was saying I don't think it's not because it didn't go as I expected, because I didn't really have a concrete plan as to what I thought was going to happen. But like I said, we'll have to wait to judge, because ultimately, if Cindy is dead, yes, they want to rehash the Who Killed Lucy Beale stuff, because it is probably one of the most famous storylines in the last decade of the show. Rejuvenates a lot of people's intrigue in the show, and they need to, if they're gonna mirror that, they need to do something smart and not have a shit fucking killer. You know. But if she's not dead and this is a way for her to, seek refuge somewhere else, find herself like away, removed from everyone, but also she's alienated literally everyone possible.
But I want to put out
it was all about, someone should finish you off, someone should kill you, you should die permanently. It's like, fucking hell.
But I want to point out a key factor that no one has put into question. I know his storylines will continue for about 6 months, but he is leaving the show. Is Chris Glenshaw? So why would you? The
last episodes will be the February anniversary episodes.
So my question is, why would you do a whodunit when the end result is not going to be in your hands? It's going to be in someone else's hands.
But it might be.
It might.
Like, if they let's theorize, if they do the live episode, and the live episode is Who Killed Lucy, or Cindy rather.
Yeah.
Homage to the previous live episode. And at the end, we finally figure out who killed Cindy. I don't hate that, but I kind of do. I don't know, man. Like, I've coined this term, and I don't really know if it's sticking. I've called it post whodunit clarity, where it's all exciting leading into the whodunit and leading into whoever dies, but then the second it's like, oh, who did it? And then it's really exciting for like the first month, and then from that point, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, guess we're gonna wait another fucking month to figure out this. Oh, what? No more fucking clues now, is it? Fuck's sake! Like everybody likes the build-up, nobody likes the payoff because suddenly it becomes a bunch of people trying to cover their fucking tracks, and it gets really monotonous and really tedious.
Also,
Like that's the problem. But I will say, this is Chris Glenshaw's like main family, right? This is the Knight. This is the Knight family. Center stage, big storyline, his last storyline, trying to fully push his stamp on his era of the show with his characters. So I like how you are elevating them dramatically. Like Lauren Stock, dramatically better than it has ever been. Elaine, fucking icon, not icon. Icon's a bit much, but you know, I love her already. She's got all of the makings of a future icon. Junior, you know, given more reason to exist. George, you know, a man scorned. Peter, still being a prick, but you know, we can get through that. And Ian finally stepping out on his own and not being trapped with a woman who was just using him because he's stable.
Yeah, I will read a comment here if you don't mind. Michael Sharp says, nah, Scumfloat Cindy is not going to die. Probably all in the oven by the end of the week. Probably.
Don't think so.
But I do want to point out, right, currently on the square we have a murderer going around trying to kill his lover's best friend, lover's lover. We have a man who has kidnapped and held hostage a woman.
Oh, okay.
And has also put his soon-to-be wife into prison to protect his own backside, whilst he's having the child of his. We also have yet to wrap up the 6th storyline, and we also have well, that's the end of it. We also have, again, like I mentioned previously, to run it back around, because of Nish trying to kill his lover's lover. Like,
someone also says it's kind of been done with Mel. It was in the show years ago, but then bring her back for about 18 months or so, make her unlikable and kill her off. Can't see that happening with Cindy. I refuse to believe it's happening with Cindy personally. Like, they brought her back. It was basically Ian's bargaining chip to come back to the show. They went, if I'm coming back, bring back Michelle Collins with me. Like, no matter what, just do it. And I'll be back. And, you know, she was pretty on the record of kind of being quite sad with her exit. She showed up in Coronation Street for a while. Like, she clearly likes the fucking soap schedule and likes the job. But is it the end? Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? I just like, it would be criminal to bring her back from the dead only to kill her again in about a year and a half.
yes.
So I guess we can act on the beliefs that she won't die. But I assume she'll have like a little break and she'll come back like sorry and upset and maybe with a new fella or something. And she'll try and rebuild her life, starting from nothing again. I hope that's what we see. Do I trust in Chris Glenshaw at this point to do that? I don't know. A lot of the goodwill from last year's kind of gone. You know, Nish is still around. This affair was great in its payoff. Is it really as kind of... I don't know. There's been a lot of nagging faults. But ultimately, fingers crossed, it gets wrapped up very quickly or by the anniversary week. And if it's only 2 months, I can handle it.
Yeah, and just to finish this comment off and finish this video off, I'm worried for Bianca Pan. I think by the time she's found, she may be dead. Megan Reese, the serial killer. She's not dead. He's gone in there like the dog who's lost.
He's still feeding her.
She's going in there. He's going in there like the dog that's locked up in the shed. You know, here, Bianca, you want some food? There you go, fucking fetch.
But yeah, I think his timing's been a bit off. I think if there are any shortcomings of Chris Glenshaw, first, the love stories have been fucking cheeks. But second, we've been glorifying the long-running planning as like a really smart thing. But like, Nish has outstayed his welcome dramatically. Reese has outstayed his welcome dramatically. Cindy was made for this big come down. Is this come down? Is she dead? Did he really bring her back from the dead? I need to put her straight back in the grave. I don't think so, but it's there's been a couple of nagging issues that are cropping up at this point. Which, it was still a great Christmas episode. It's still a great episode. It's really entertaining, really good stuff. Like, don't let this dissuade you. These were great episodes. I really did enjoy them. It's just, if this is where we're going, I'm not entirely as confident in the captain as I was previously. Because now there's been a couple of bumps that we weren't expecting, and this flight was supposed to touch down about 5 minutes ago. It's been 3 hours. There's just a little bit too much. There's just a little bit too much bumps and bruises to kind of nod it off completely. But I mean, this is what we're here for. We're speculating before we know the actual fucking answers. So perhaps when we're watching tomorrow's episode, we'll know more.
And Merry Christmas to all, and all have a good night. Don't get hit on the head with a snow shovel, please. See ya. Bye.